And in this week's obituaries, Dennis Albert Murphy, 1931 to 2020. With broken hearts, we announce the peaceful passing of Dennis Albert Murphy on Saturday, September 19th, 2020, and a life well lived at the age of 89. His death took place at home in Rockfield, Pictou County, Nova Scotia, surrounded by family. Dennis was born on September 14th, 1931, in northeast Margaree, Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, and the son of Martin and Alice Murphy. Dennis worked as a mineral technician for over 30 years for the Department of Mines and Energy in Stellarton until retirement in 1991. He settled in Rockfield in 1966, where he enjoyed his hobby farm and working in the woods, but most of all enjoyed the company and friendship of his wonderful and helpful neighbors on the Rockfield and Union Road. Dennis looked forward to attending the music jam sessions in and around the county with his wife, where they have made many wonderful friends with their music family. He was a member of the Holy Name Church in Westville, Nova Scotia. Dennis was a wonderful husband, father, and grandfather that enjoyed having all his children and grandchildren all home together at any occasion, but especially at Christmas. Dennis is survived by his loving wife of 63 years, Mary, sons George of Fredericton, Sean of Rockfield, Daryl of Dartmouth, and daughters Denise of Port Carling, Ontario, Catherine of Canso, and Carolyn of Abercrombie. Grampy will be sadly missed by his grandchildren, Allison, Jenny, Amy, Mariah, Ryan, Shallon, Nathan, Marissa, Alicia, Jeremy, Tanner, Hayden, Brenna, Allie, Lindsay, Garrett, and Monica. Great-grandchildren, Mariana, Seth, Olivia, Emmy, Kobe, Charlie Rose, Nora, and Hallie. His siblings, his sisters, Lillian Landsberg of Westmount, Cape Breton, Carmel Timmins of Margaree Forks, Cape Breton, Ursula Butler of Kingston, Ontario, Grace McNabb of British Columbia, his brothers, Kevin Murphy of New Glasgow, Ranald Murphy of British Columbia, Hugh Murphy of Margaree, Cape Breton, Eugene Murphy of Margaree, Cape Breton. Dennis was predeceased by his infant daughter at birth, his sisters Catherine Murphy, Bernadette Murphy, Bridget McHugh, Alice Cormier, his brothers Patrick, Martin, brother-in-law William McHugh, Alan Landsberg. The Murphy family would like to give a huge heartfelt thank you to all the VON nurses and home caregivers, along with the palliative care nurses that came into our home and took such wonderful care of our father. Thank you, Dr. Jota, for visiting our father at home, providing him with his medical needs, and to Father Peter McDonald for his spiritual blessings. Thank you to Dr. Finkel in the QE2 HSCVG Renal Clinic, along with Nurse Trudy Lawrence and nurse practitioner Devon Newell. Thank you to Arlene McRae for providing Dad's overnight care. We would like to extend a huge thank you to Michelle, a special neighbor and friend who has provided personal care over the last few years to Dad and Mom, along with a good Scrabble game. Words cannot express our heartfelt gratitude to Julie Murphy, sister-in-law, for staying at our home and taking such good care of our father and supporting our mother and family throughout this difficult time. Dennis is resting at Eagle's Funeral Home, 1611 North Main Street, Westville, with public visiting on Friday, September 25th from 2 to 4 p.m. and 6 to 9 p.m. A private family service will be held at Holy Name Church, Westville. The funeral will be live streamed at 11 a.m. Saturday on Facebook. Stella Maris, Holy Name Catholic Church. A graveside service will follow at the Heatherdale Memorial Garden Cemetery in Sylvester, where the public are welcome to attend while following all Nova Scotia health guidelines. Condolences may be made online at www.eaglesfuneralhome.ca. Family flowers only. Any donations in Dad's memory can be made to the Aberdeen Hospital Palliative Care Society, Pictou County, VON, or Holy Name Church in Westville, Building Fund. Joanne Dory of Bayview. The death of Nellie Joanne Briard Dory, 77 years, occurred on September 14th, 2020 in the Aberdeen Hospital, New Glasgow. She worked in nursing homes most of her life. She was well known for her love of family, animals, and music. Joanne was active in doll collecting and model cars. She also loved music, doing crafts, and writing poetry. Surviving are her husband Alan Dory, sisters Diane and Judy, nieces Barbara Dix, Belinda O'Connor, Penny Chisholm, Doris Ann Sarson, Heather McNeil, and nephews Robert, David, and Donald Sarson, Christopher Faulkner, and Jim Chisholms. She was predeceased by her parents Myrtle and Leonard Briard, brother Bernard Sarson, and sister Linda, beloved cousin Arthur Briard. There will be no visitation by request. A private family graveside service will take place. Donations in Joanne's memory may be made to her favorite charity, the SPCA. Vera Carolyn Cleary of New Glasgow and Pictou, born September 5th, 1946. She passed away peacefully in her sleep with her daughter by her side on September 20th, 2020 at Glenhaven Manor, where she has been a resident since April 2015. Mum spent her childhood in McPherson's Mills and later moved to Pictou, where she resided most of her adult life. Mum loved being around people and was always cooking up something amazing. She loved going to bingo. She was one of the kindest and most generous people you would ever meet. She would give you her all and have none, especially for her children and grandchildren. She was a full-time mom and worked for the town of Pictou as a crossing guard. She is survived by her 4 children, Brenda McPhee of New Glasgow, Bernadette Cleary of Pictou, David Cleary of Stellarton, and Kevin Cleary of Truro. Also survived by her grandchildren, whom she loved dearly, Candace McPhee of New Glasgow, Alex, Kristen, and Damon McDonald of Calgary, Alberta, Tyler Scott, Edson, Alberta, Liam and Caitlin Cleary of Stellarton, Kevin Cleary of Truro, and 1 great-grandchild, Devon Lee of New Glasgow, and her special friend, Pete Campbell, her sisters, Helen, Faye, and Anna, her brother Dan, and several nieces and nephews. She was predeceased by her husband, Bernie Cleary, her parents, Angus and Daisy Kerrigan, her brothers, Alexander, William, Bobby, and David. Cremation has taken place. There will be no service. Vera will be going home with her daughter, Bernadette, to stay. Donations may be made in her memory to the Canadian Diabetes Association. Thank you for all the calls and messages from friends and family over the past 2 days. Your thoughtfulness would have been exactly what Mom would have done. Special thanks to Millie Wilson of Glenhaven Manor for going above and beyond.